Some people claim they have grown taller after puberty using special and sometimes dangerous methods. But is this actually possible?
Doctor, what is your height?
Since you're asking, I'm not ashamed. 168 centimeters.
There's nothing wrong with that. But have you ever wanted to be taller?
Sometimes, but then planche happened and I realized I'm blessed.
He can do crazy stuff like this and this and this. And you're not alone, because one of the most searched things ever is how to be taller. How to grow taller is a more popular search term than how to get fit. Damn, that's crazy.
I actually know a way. Step 1, stand on something to make yourself taller.
He's tall now.
I'm tall now. I'm not as tall as you. How tall are you? People don't know.
I always say 6 feet.
Why are you laughing?
Because I recently uploaded a video where we tested my real height and it was a little bit below 6 feet.
Oh.
But without standing on something or wearing high heels to make you taller, let's see what can maybe actually make you taller. How to become taller.
You can grow taller at any age, but how?
Is that a true statement already?
Depends. There are probably some surgery procedures that can make that happen.
Limb lengthening surgery. Limb lengthening from 17,000 to over 250,000.
The people who do this have such weird proportions.
They just put rods into your bones and then lengthen it over time. They break it and break it again and again and again, and then it grows back taller. It's insane. What are the best methods to grow taller? Growing taller is largely determined by genetics, but a few evidence-based methods can help you reach your maximum potential height. Genetics determine 80% of your height.
I don't know where they got that number from, but I think the most important part about this is genetics play a role, but also environment and lifestyle definitely plays a role in how much you can grow.
Let's say you have very tall parents, so you actually are probably going to be very tall as well. But yes, you can actually impact your height by doing things, but isn't that up to a certain age?
Most influence can be done through puberty. The growth spurt happens with women earlier versus men. And so during that period, you want to make sure they have enough food, they're sleeping enough.
But can you still grow taller?
Probably, but not through these methods.
Nutrition, sleep.
Now this third one is weird, exercise and stretching. This doesn't make sense. The only thing that I think ChatGPT is quite right to mention is resistance training does not stunt growth.
It does not. And why does it not?
Well, there's actually no stimulus that causes you to compress. Literally, we've done many studies on this and there's nothing that points out that you actually get stunning in the growth spurt. Posture can definitely help. In rare cases, hormonal imbalances, chronic illnesses, or nutrition deficiencies can affect growth. Quite nice that they mentioned celiac disease, gluten intolerance basically, which can cause them to not absorb certain nutrients better.
Stretching routines or devices that claim to add inches are misleading.
Like hanging upside down to lengthen your height.
Does it work? Yeah.
I don't know.
Once your growth plates close, which typically happens around girls ages 16 to 18, boys ages 18 to 21, you can no longer grow taller naturally. Because this video claims the exact opposite. How to grow taller at any age using Wolff's Law. What was Wolff's Law again?
Wolff's Law is a law where you repeatedly give a stimulus to bones and then it reacts to the stimulus and adapts to it.
Look at this arm wrestler Devin Larratt's arm length difference.
This arm is longer.
Whoa, that's a pretty crazy difference.
Longer than the other. Wolff's Law. This law is the reason bodybuilders have higher bone density, which occurs due to the repeated weightlifting habit.
I actually had my bone density tested in a DEXA scan.
And?
It was very good. We do a lot of resistance training and also bodyweight training. It's working. I'm turning into a dense boy.
Yo, maybe calm down, bro. I need to stay in the frame.
Whoa.
Bone in a healthy animal will adapt to the loads under which it is placed. So that means if you lift really heavy weights, your bones would become more dense to aid this stress.
This is true.
Our height growth occurs due to stress or stimuli.
That's a claim that he's gonna base everything around. So is that true?
What does he mean with stress?
Yeah.
And what does he mean with stimuli? Because it sounds like the same thing in this context.
He's not saying bone density and height
are the same thing.
Kind of.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing.
This can be two types of stress, hormonal stress and mechanical stress. This video is completely about mechanical stress. Devin Larratt's arm length difference is due to the repeated training of only the longer arm. How do we apply this to grow taller? Microfractures.
That's a crazy recommendation.
Yeah, get microfractures.
Yes.
Your bones remodel themselves to help the stress you apply. So, if you apply certain stress where your legs need to stretch, they will grow. This is where cycling comes into play. Look at the Netherlands. It has some of the tallest people.
Wait, no.
And also, cycling is extremely
It's because of the milk. It's just because tall people mate with tall people.
Exactly. This is a huge leap. My man is leaping.
This is
When we repeatedly cycle by stretching our legs,
stretching. It's actually far from a bone exercise because it's a very light load exercise.
There's no plyometrics.
No.
There's nothing going on in terms of stress.
Nothing to do really with bones.
this is similar to why giraffes have insanely long necks and limbs. It's because
man
they
is
eat
leaping!
leaves, which are at the top of the tree.
They have long necks, so now they eat the leaves of the tree. And that took evolution millions of years.
Start by increasing the seat height so that at the bottom of the pedal, your legs are straight and stretched, not bent.
But we don't do that in the Netherlands. We don't do that. That's bad posture for cycling.
This study showed that extension of saddle height leads to the extension of joints, mainly the hip, knee, and ankle.
What does he mean with extension of joints? Does he mean the space between the joints becomes slightly bigger during the movement of these? Can we look at the study?
Acute effects.
The difference between lower and higher saddle positions in hip, knee, and ankle joints were an increase of extension. But that's only during being higher on the seats.
And when you step off the bike, you're just the same height. This is probably a great study. It was not conducted to prove a method of getting taller.
But how do we achieve vertical growth? By stretching the bones after microfracturing it. To do this, do Maasai jumps for 15 minutes with breaks a few minutes before sleeping. Attach ankle weights to leg and hang them off the bed while lying down. This stretches the bone, causing vertical growth. Use the ankle weights for around 1 hour and then directly go to sleep. If you do this combined with cycling, you can easily gain 3 to 4 inches.
Wait. So many things, Stan.
He claims you get at 10 centimeters, 4 inches to your height.
That's insane. His use of the word microfractures is not even correct. You're not gonna get microfractures after 15 minutes.
This video has 1.3 million views. Oh, I hope the comments are calling this guy out.
No.
We need to see the comments.
Oh, no, people are taking this way
No!
seriously.
Wait, this video's received really well.
This video made the most sense out of all the getting taller videos. I don't want to see the other ones.
I can't, bro. I
No.
can't. This is insane to me.
LMAO, 78k likes. No wonder people are stupid. Might be bots though.
I think he's deleting all the bad
Yeah, he
comments.
might be
There's no
deleting it.
way.
Yeah.
Manhood unleashed.
Normally we recommend checking out the channels. This time, no.
Do this exercise to grow taller even after the age of 18. Spinal growth plates, however, in the spine close at as much as age 30. So although there is no scientific study yet that proves that jumping helps, but this exercise is phenomenal. And there is a lot of anecdotal evidence from basketball players and their doctors that say that basketball players and people that jump all the time do grow even after the age of 18.
This is actually interesting. Let's actually think about this. Basketball players,
They are not tall because of basketball. They are basketball players because they're tall.
and these people probably still grow for a longer time than most people do, and that's why they're so tall.
These guys are fit. These guys are strong. They have all the muscles to keep your posture straight.
So I'm not very convinced about this. I would have to see studies.
I'm not convinced either.
Nah.
I actually grew taller after 60 days of special stretching and supplements.
He's
Big
such
me.
an OG, man.
Yeah, I love this guy.
That's right. Over the course of 60 days, I tried to put every natural hack I could find to the test to actually see if I could gain real height. At age 34, would this plethora of consistent height increasing techniques actually work?
He starts in at 183 centimeters. Just like you.
That's it?
Yeah.
And then throughout the day, he becomes 2 centimeters less tall.
Could be postural, could be your discs sometimes really rely on how much you're hydrated.
Height increasing exercises.
I rigged up what I called a height increasing table.
What?
sick.
He's just stretching his body, and his body is gonna be maybe a little bit taller for like a day or two, and then if he stops doing this,
Exactly.
he will get less tall.
Yeah.
This 5 minutes of inverting put me an extra 1/4 inch. And then stepping it up further, wanting to completely avoid slouching at the computer. When I started to feel my back getting tired, but wanted to...
He's improving his posture.
It's not like super rigid or anything. I can hunch through it, obviously. But it's like it's reminding me to keep my shoulders back.
Wet light therapy. Lots of methods.
Finally, at day 60, taking my...
The results. This is basically what he got taller from the spinal compression, which is probably the only thing here that really impacted anything short term. So as soon as he stops doing that, he won't be taller.
And he tried so many things.
I think we were right at the start, but let's conclude hearing from another doctor.
What you should focus on to grow the tallest possible, making sure you get enough protein, make sure you're eating your veggies and fruits. I know that
sounds like your grandma talking, but it's true. You need to get enough sleep because when you sleep well, you actually get a lot of growth hormone release. And when I say a lot, I mean the right amount. And then on top of that, you want to make sure you're exercising. It makes you process food differently. It makes your muscles grow. And all of those things will contribute to your physical appearance, including your height.
I think that's a perfect conclusion to this video.
And that's perfect for people that are younger than 18 or still in their growing phase. Get your sleep in, get your nutrition in, exercise. I would personally spend my time on improving something else. Gains. Go work out. Actually, we have a workout app. Link in the description.
Is this that? Is this?
The app is here, yeah.
So Stan, the doctors seem to agree you can't grow taller.
Except if you spend an insane amount of money on limb lengthening, but this video is about spending a lot of money on a home gym. Make sure you check out the most high-tech home gym in the world. And you can, click here, subscribe, link in the bell, and check out the original videos in the description below. See you next episode.